Hello, my name is Rich Howard, and I'm the owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is going to be talking about and going through the steps of basically building a work area, a desk we're going to build, and we're going to add some other creature comforts to a environment in which I spend time working in. So let's move forward and let me show you what I have in mind. It's Sunday and it's almost 3 in the afternoon, and I have other places to be, naturally, and don't want to spend an inordinate amount of time this afternoon. I do like to have a marginal amount of separation between work and other things. Although I did just go to a job site, the customer sent me an email later on Friday, last Friday, and said, you know, ASAP, and they want to get it installed. And I emailed the client and said, great, tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 8 a.m., I'll be there. Does that work? No response from the client. Then I said, well, you know, let me know if you're available at all on Sunday, because it's a retirement community and the gentleman lives there. He's on the board of construction. No response at all. And I'm thinking, yeah, lots of ASAPs used. So I literally just went there because it's a golf course community, and the pro shop doors, I should say the exterior aluminum storefront doors leading from the pro shop and the locker rooms is what the client was working on. The client's going to install, but we're going to supply auto operators. And I needed to go over there and take some dimensions because I'm leaving for employee training in Europe on Tuesday, and honestly did not want to be thinking about measuring aluminum doors the day before I'm going to take a 16-hour flight. So I went over there and measured, and what they have now is a pair of Jackson 2080, well, they're 2085s, they're concealed vertical rods, but I think they're 2086 because they're concealed vertical rods. I think the 2085 is rim device, and they want to have an auto operator. Yeah, I'm not loving this. They want an auto operator and auto operator on both leaves of the pair, because people are constantly coming in with walkers. It's an elderly community. Okay, that makes sense. It's great. The issue that we have that I discovered today is the doors are 2 foot 8.5. It's really narrow to fit electric latch retraction exit devices on. And in fact, I'm not convinced it's going to work because there are electric latch retraction kits for those exit devices. I had initially thought there weren't, but there are. The problem is there's not enough real estate in the exit device to install those kits. So when we look at the Falcon, well, the Doromatic now Falcon 1690 with EL, you can do a door as narrow as 28 inch. The problem is the overall length of the device is 30 inch or thereabouts, and I don't think I've got enough room to get it installed because naturally they're full glass aluminum storefront. So we're gonna have to think on that. Maybe what we'll consider doing are magnets with touch sense bars, a sensor on the inside and a push button on the inside. They can have a key switch. That's looking dandy. That's looking dandy. Let's get that ground wire over there. Touch sense bars, mag locks, sensor on the inside that will release the mags, wall switch for the operator should you want the operator to activate. And we're tight on this. It's good though. Yeah, I need to pull more of that wire off. The problem for me learning about electricity is much of it's forgotten by me. I'm not using it all the time, so sometimes it has to be relearned. Boy, open it up a little bit. I'd have to get more proficient before I felt good about charging customers per hour. Beautiful. Okay. I am going to close the circuit breaker, and we'll see if we get a pop.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
We shouldn't. No pop. Multimeter time. All of this is live. Don't go touching nothing. Touch nothing. Okay, 123 volts. I like that. You should be able to see that. 123 volts. 123 volts. There we go. So I'm going to go back over there and open the circuit. I'm going to check for voltage again. Polarity doesn't matter. You'll just get a negative value if you've got the polarity backwards. So I'm not getting any voltage on anything here. Alright, so let's put the voltmeter away. What my uncle taught me to do. Just going to insulate those terminals. You don't need much, but it should prevent, because these wires are tight, and meaning the outlets are really close to each other, meaning the screws on the side of the plug, the side of the outlets, they're really close to each other. Okay, there's no metal touching. Now, we'll have to be sure that once we get the faceplate on, we're going to want to connect the box to the wall. Otherwise, if we connect it, we won't get access to the holes in here to attach the box to the wall. And yes, I have done that as well. I'm going to remove these nuts and screws. They're on here. Those are both pretty tight. Yeah, looks good. So what we'll do is we'll get it over on the wall. I'll mark the holes on the wall, and we will put some what we would have called easy anchors once upon a time. I'm not sure if they're still called that, but they are pretty handy for this. Let's do that now.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, let's get the outlet brought over, and we'll mark some holes. We don't need it anywhere special, but I am going to run it as far over as I can because of where I intend to place the garbage can. I'll just flush it to here is what I'll do. Okay, so all I've done is marked 4 little holes here. These anchors, they're called, these are easy anchor. I first became aware of these in the early 90s, and boy, I've used them over the years for pretty much everything. Easy anchor, this is a typical Home Depot style Lowe's run Whatever, I'm not endorsing those people. I actually prefer Ace Hardware, because you walk into Ace Hardware and it's actually like a hardware store where someone asks if you need help. Not always, but most of the time it can be pretty tough to get help at the Home Depots of the world. I get it, that's not where they know they're making money. Just easier to get these anchors in. Now, if there's a metal stud back there, yeah, you're going to have trouble. It's most likely not going to work. You're probably going to want a toggle bolt. They go in pretty nice. Also, what I've got here are 4, probably number 6 sheet metal screws to hold the box on, and then I'll use some number 10 washers. So at this point, it's just going to be a matter of getting the anchors in flush to the drywall. No reason to over tighten these. Just get it flush to the drywall. Nice. Okay. Now, I need my number 10 washers. Again, just typical Home Depot stuff, or the hardware store of your choice. I am a fan of McMaster Carr, but I'm not the unabashed fanboy that you'll see online. People rave about them, and I do too. It's just, you know, these people, they charge for having the stuff in stock. You better have not planned ahead to need them. Sometimes a job's going to happen and you just don't have the time. They've got it in stock. They generally meet their published lead times, not always, but they generally do. Not really able to get the drill to the point of where I want it to be on this, so I'm just going to put it in by hand. There we go. With these easy anchors, we have installed shelving to the point where we have stacked cases of paper on those shelves. They work. These easy anchors work pretty good. They're easy to put in. As long as you've got the wall depth, you don't hit a stud. A wood stud is impossible. A metal stud, sometimes it'll still work. These easy anchors come in plastic and metal. You know, I think the metal are simply more durable and they're more resilient when you hit a metal stud. This screw's just spinning. So that's why I put 4 in, because I want to make sure that I get coverage. So now what we're going to do is first going to take the screws out to hold all this in. That's a great job for a screw gun. All right, let's get that put home. I like it. Looks reasonably nice as well. Awesome. That's our circuit. No pop. So that means we don't have any shorts. And I'll tell you this, the term short is actually something worth studying. Let's study what a short is. Let's say that you've got an electrical circuit and you've got a power supply, you got positive, you've got negative. Let's just call this a battery. Doesn't really matter. And that wire, that's negative and that's positive. That wire's got to come to your light bulb, to your switch, and back. So here's a simple circuit. Here's your switch. It's currently open. That means power's not gonna flow through here because it's open. When I bring that down, it's now closed. Like the bridge is up, no electricity will flow. Bridge is down, cars can go over. A short is simply this. If this wire and this wire touch, there's a short. The electricity always wants to take the shortest path. The shortest path. It's a short. So obviously our circuit does not have any shorts in it because the circuit didn't pop or throw or blow, whatever you want to say.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now let's get back to it.
All right, now we want the squiggly line for voltage because that is alternating current. So right now, 0.008. All right, we're getting 122.7. You'll notice the black is on the top. Let me reverse my probes. All right, it's the same thing. What I was expecting it to give me would be a negative value. That just tells me that the leads are reversed, but it must be, I guess, smart enough. Well, wait a minute. No. That doesn't apply to AC voltage because there is no polarity to it. Doesn't matter. I'm getting voltage out of all four. So I don't need to plug anything into this, honestly, because I know that it works. Okay, so the big question is, what do we do now? Well, we'll tighten up the conduit that's on the floor here, and we're going to continue on with this desk project. I've decided that the garbage can I'm going to make will be just a custom garbage can that'll fit in here, that I can easily pull a bag out of. Okay, that's all I've got for you, and so what's going to happen is it's going to be several days, if not weeks, before I pick this project up again. So we'll just see where we are. Today's January 20th. It'll be February before I pick this up again. We'll talk then.
Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.